Hello, gorgeous, and welcome back to the Girlfriend's Guide. I am super excited to be sitting down to intentionally create content for the podcast. If you've been listening over the last couple of weeks, you'll know that you've gotten a couple of replays and repurposed things, but it's not because I've been neglecting y'all. Like, if you follow me on socials, then you'll know I have been showing up so big. I think in the month of March, I ended up with like 108 lives across the 5 platforms. And then in April, I've been showing up on video every single day. Like that has been my challenge to myself. And the growth has been wild, y'all. Like my mind is absolutely blown. And in today's episode, I want to get really raw and vulnerable about some lessons that I have learned about myself and the things I've noticed about my own personal growth due to my investment in coaching and self development. Okay. So, when my coach told me that she wanted to go live 5 days a week, I'm laughing because that's exactly what I did. She was like, let's go live 5 days a week, 5 platforms, blah, 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 blah. And I said to her, I'm not you. Like I show up live, but I'm not you. I don't know if I can do that. And then I had to self coach myself because when you tell me that I can't do that, I'm like, I want us to sit with a resistance. Let's tap into that. What is that? Because normally that's where we need to do the work. And I recognized that I was completely capable. I was scared of the commitment. I was scared of the time commitment. I was scared of not being video ready and what somebody might say if I didn't have it all together. And I was like, oh no, we're not doing that. So I was like, I'm in. And so naturally the momentum got going. So I'm showing up 5, 6 times. One week it was 7 days in a row. Like I'm doing the work and it felt easy, like breathing, like I can remember days when I wasn't live and I would text my coach and be like, I feel like I should be live right now. And she'd be like, yeah, me too. And I guess I'm telling you this because someone is sitting on the couch, someone is driving in their car and they're passing the gym or they're passing the grocery store or Whole Foods and they're like, oh, I really want to do this, but there's some resistance. There's some worry about the commitment it might take. And I'm urging you to get started. Now, let's be very clear. I was already going live 2 or 3 times a week when my coach said, let's go 5. So I'm not saying that we start out going to the gym 5 days a week. Your start out might be 1 day to 2 days a week. And then a month from now, we might kick it up to 3 to 5 days. But right now, we're going to slow roll it, but we're going to get started because small progress is still progress and those tiny wins lead up to big wins. Okay. So that's lesson number 1 is get started. Stop waiting around. So during this process, I actually went live on YouTube mobile for the first time. Now, you see me live on YouTube all the time, y'all. You do. But normally I'm at my computer, so I can't see the comments as they're coming in. So people could be saying anything to me. I don't care. I can't read it. But on YouTube mobile, y'all, the comments come in real time and they're like scrolling up, kind of like when you're watching a live video. Like we can see it. So you can see it as the recorder. Y'all, some of those comments were so vile and nasty. I was like, oh my gosh. And then they're mixed in there were truly people who actually need help. And so in real time, while you're trying to deliver this life-changing information, you're trying to filter through to see what is response worthy and what are people just kind of heckling you or trolls. And it was a lot to learn to balance. And I'm still working on that. I'm working through that with my coach. And you're going to see me more live on YouTube. Come and hang out and hit the follow button. Um, it was just wild to process all of that. I remember a time when I would have saw those comments coming in and I would have like immediately turned off the live or I would have been like losing my place and all anxious and nervous and scared. But the work that I've done in coaching, the work that I've done in personal growth and standing in my certainty and knowing that your evaluation of me has nothing to do with my actual worth, like it has been monumental and it's been so helpful for me to keep showing up as who I am. Because regardless of what those people are doing or what they've got going on, I have a calling and it's my responsibility to walk in it. And so again, if you've been worried about what people are going to say, we got to filter those things out and you have to keep moving or you get to keep moving because the life that you want, that's not on pause. You are. Okay? You are. So what people say has nothing to do and no bearing on what you can accomplish. You just get to get started and you get to keep going. Finally, I made a post about it earlier this week. During this month, I noticed that this girl had started kind of copying some of my content. Now, as I said, I am all about inspired action. If y'all see something of mine that you love, hey, Kayla, can I recreate this? You got it, because we've talked about it. I see my clients all the time take off and they'll hashtag main character energy. And I'm like, yes, sis, go off. Like, this is your story. But this girl was basically like grabbing my information, throwing it in Chat GPT, scrambling it all up, and reposting it as if it was her own. And initially, y'all, I kind of laughed about it because I mean, people been doing that since 1908. Often imitated, never duplicated. Like, it was nothing to me. I'm like, whatever, I'm used to this. However, there was something in my spirit that kept saying, you need to look deeper. You need to look deeper. Like, it was like tat, tat, tat on the back of my brain. So I'm like, okay, I'm just going to look at it. Y'all, when I looked at it, it was like full blown piracy. Sis was like basically recreating her brand to help people become the main characters of their story. She changed her group name, like all of this stuff, basically by recreating my content every single day. Ma'am, I'm not doing the work for you. And I think that I had to sit with this. I've talked to my coach with it about this, and self-coached myself. You guys, some of you guys know my boyfriend is also a therapist, and so he and I were having conversations. Like, really, my best friend's also a therapist. Like, this is my whole world. So like, we're sitting down talking about this, and I think the biggest issue is that my brand is an extension of me. This is not something that I'm just up here trying to make money off of, trying to like get fame off of. This is an extension of myself. And by bearing my scars, it is my hope that other people will also be healed. Now, do I get to get paid for that? Absolutely. And it's incredible to get paid for simply being yourself. But when someone tries to take your story, take your voice, take your brand, it's like, wait a minute, sis. Because yes, I have the educational, like I have the multiple degrees. Yes, I have the certifications. Yes, I have the clinical experience, almost 16 years. But this brand, my frameworks, when I show up and I pour into you guys, it is built from my experience in addition to these things. So I'm giving you real life examples of how I've done it, how I've helped other clients do it. So to see somebody try to rip the rug out from under my feet, y'all, my brain was like, but I didn't crash out. Like, I was like, oh, okay, well, we'll meet with an attorney. We'll do these things. Like, I know I have common law copyright. Like, it was very, it happened so methodically that I was like, Kayla, look at you. Because a previous version of me a year ago, 2 years ago, would have been crashing out whole email wars, like going back, like it would have been so messy and I would have buckled. I might have caved. I might have been like, oh, she's got more followers on here than me, so they're going to believe her. No, ma'am. I'm not a fool. I don't think that I'm the only main character coach in the world, but I'm the only one who does it like this. And what you can't do is take my brand and my story and create your business, because I created this because it's who I am. And so, like, knowing that, being able to stand in my certainty, knowing that my mindset is right, my identity is like exactly on par with who I desire to be, and that my confidence is unshakable in this, it feels so good. And I know I have the capability to do that for you too. And that's why I'm showing up so big, because I want you to live the life of your dreams, the life that you desire, and to step into your identity as well. I want that for every girl in this whole wide world. And so that's just where I'm at with this, y'all. It's been a really wild ride over the last month, but it just feels so good to know who I am, to have you guys come out of the woodwork like, oh no, like you're my coach. When I see main character, I think of you. Like, to see so many people have been impacted and so many people had their feathers ruffled too. I'm like, thank you to the collective. Thank you, God, for this a crazy, amazing gift. And I'm so like grateful to myself for being willing to show up even when I was scared. And I hope that by seeing me show up scared, show up anyway by seeing me like stand my ground in who I am, that you'll be able to do the same thing in your life. Okay. I love y'all. I want the best for y'all. There are so many ways to get plugged in with me, to work with me. I will drop all of my social links down in the show notes. If you, I literally have things in my community from $5 and up. So if you want one on one, if you want group coaching, my group coaching program is getting an overhaul. Get in now and get OG rates. Or if you just want to do subscriber community, I've got so many ways. Just say, Coach, I will reach out to you and we can talk about what place is the best fit. Okay. I love y'all. I want the best for you. Have an excellent week on purpose. And I promise we'll talk in the next one. Bye.